Okay, this is sound. Let's just talk sound, and if we're live, then that's good. If we're not live, then oh well, we can just. So anyway, we're live. Should be live for now, and if we're not, by 25 seconds or 30 seconds, okay, we're live. So anyway, I am going to tell you whether or not the Bible is true or is not true. So anyone that says, "Oh, I'm agnostic," or if I don't know anything in the Bible, or if I don't know if that's true or not. The noteworthy stuff is Jesus Christ, and that's the most noteworthy thing that ever is and ever was in the Bible. But however, can you actually prove that by truth? However, there is a lot of art about Jesus. There's a lot of people that have made art about him, and so have Buddha, so have Hindu, and so have all the other religions. Like the only two religions that don't really show God is Judaism and Islam. However, Christianity does show Jesus as who he is, but is it really what he see? You see, the Bible, I would say, for one thing, has there's things in the Bible that you do know that the Bible is basically holds value to one thing in particular, human behavior, and then it has prophecy to prove it's true. Now, did any of the other religions have prophecy other than Judaism and Islam? Well, Islam said that the world will end between 1800 and 2100, and that seems to be today, of course. But no, it's not. It really isn't. It tries to predict things that are true, and it tries to have miracles like other religions. So we can count that off as Islam has miracles, but are strange miracles, very strange miracles. And the biggest one was, well, a goat eating all the Quran. That's, well, anyway, considered a holy goat, and he ate all the Quran. How funny. And then there's also facts about the Bible. I mean, in Proverbs, it talks about all of humanity in that one chapter, in that one book of Proverbs. It has books and it's like chapters, it's books back in the old days. Proverbs talks about how bad humanity is and how good we are in God. However, you can count that as either before Christ or anyway, it talks about how fools are, drunkards and all that, and people that are of wisdom are in God, because he asked for wisdom. I mean, he asked for something important to actually have wisdom for. I mean, to be able to run the kingdom or something like that, wisdom, and then he had wisdom beyond all the people's kingdoms. He had a really big miracle, Solomon. He wrote the book of Proverbs. He had a lot of wisdom, but it did not save him. It just, Jesus Christ saved us. So anyway, now we can theorize one thing, the miracles, and we can theorize the other, prophecy. When has prophecy been a thing? Well, Adam and Eve believed in God, and they did not, hi, MX Guitar, and they did not believe in prophecy, they believed in God. However, when the giants came along, we needed prophecy because the more people were unbelievers of God, the more prophecy we needed to have come true. So then there was not basically his name was started with Enoch. His name was Enoch, and Enoch was a very fine prophecy maker, and he said, well, these things would happen until the flood happened, and then the flood happened. That's all they could actually go to. And then the book of, later on it went to Moses. And yes, he is. Then we went to Moses, and he ended up half prophesying what would happen in the past. He was kind of like a prophet, and like Enoch was a prophet. He got lived out of the earth, and he also prophesied the what was happening, what would happen in the end of the world. He was the first prophet, I believe. But God was the original prophet. First human prophet was Enoch. Then we have Moses, and then another was people were being used by God by dreams first, and then there were prophets, and then Elijah, and then other prophets, Isaiah. So all of these people, basically these people were using prophecy for after Christ, and then before Christ, and then with Christ. So then Isaiah was talking about Christ, how he would be born, but that's not for today. That was for back then when Christ was born. You have prophets and then apostles. Okay, that's cool. So back then it was prophets, but then we have apostles that always correct the church and always predict the future. And the awesome thing about that is then the prophecy was foretold back in Isaiah's time, and then in Daniel's time, and then in John's time, and then in Jesus' time. Jesus told us that there would be like deceivers. They would say, "Oh, I'm Jesus." We have that today, and they did not have that back then. They even said in some of the books that Israel became like Matthew, for one example. He said that in his book, Jesus said in Matthew's book, said that Israel would be, it would become a nation in 1 hour, or he would make a nation in 3 days, or like 3 years really, but in 3 days, basically like that. That's prophecy for the future. Now for the Israel will become a nation in 1 hour. That was speaking of 1948. Literally, May 18th, 1948. No, May 14th, 1948. And in the May 14th, 1948, Israel became a nation in 1 hour at 4 p.m. And that was a prophecy. Now we have prophecies of today, where Israel's literally, having a lot of people, going against them. Like not in the country, but basically people would gather up in other countries and attack Israel. That's called prophecy. Read the Bible. It's happening right now. Not only that, there shall be wars and rumors of wars and violence and all kinds of people. And even said in one of the books of the New Testament, um, and the cool thing about that is, where was I? That was a cool thing I saw. Basically, we have lawlessness, and that was in one of the books. I think it was like Timothy. I don't know, like Timothy. I think there would be a lawlessness shall abound, and all kinds of things that are happening today. It's happening, especially let's think about today, where the people are protesting, and yesterday night, buildings were completely on fire, and the Bible prophesied, kind of, sort of, that there would be lawlessness, and there would be riots for today. And not to mention, if you read the Bible, if you are left behind, it talks about the taking away of God's children. You will see that God's children will be taken away, and then if you're left behind, you will believe, and then the rest will be taken until the others are taken. Then there will be others that are headlessly, decapitated, and basically there will be decapitation. Hold on. Hit. there will be decapitations, and because of lawlessness and the Antichrist, there will be much decapitations and of the ones that believe. It's all in the Bible, and there are many prophecies that are happening today. All prophecies are. So, sorry, I have to go down here because the connection is not so great. So really, it was the prophecies that make the Bible very much true. And if you read the Bible, you'll see that's part of it. It basically has all the meaning of how men behave and what the men do, and it's all written in the Bible. It's all written and clear, and there's no error in the Bible. You'll see that if you keep reading it, you will see that there's no error in the Bible. If you see error in the Bible, then you're deceiving yourself. And of course, the Bible does talk about the fact that it says that people will find the error in vain, because not only are there unbelievers, like the Bible says, there are unbelievers, but there are also people that are pagan, and the Bible also says pagan in that somewhere, like people that believe in vain, which are pagan today. And there are also facts that people are basically believing in vain in Christianity and all that good stuff, and that's always in the Bible as well. That is also in the Bible, saying that people have also believed in vain, and they are heretics. Like, they're not preaching about Jesus, but they're basically heretics. It's all very sound doctrine, You should be having sound doctrine as well, because if you believe in Jesus Christ, then if you believe in his redemptive work, then you shall be saved. If you believe in vain, you shall not be saved. That's what the Bible says. And if you die, you will see Jesus Christ, I believe. Because I know for a fact that he does exist, and he does talk about all the types of people in the world. Many religions just talk about how good you have to be to make it to heaven. Some of them say actually just, say how good you really are. And many of them say, oh, you have what is it called? Like a grade of level, like, how high of authority you have, or how holy you can get to become another animal, The Bible talks about, we have to believe in Jesus Christ, because no one is good, not one. This is the only Bible that says that, as well as Judaism, but it's really, the Bible's practically the only one that says that, and how to get, to believe in him is to become saved. It's the only Bible. The Bible's the only one that says how to get saved. And the ultimate thing about the Bible is, it's a guidebook. It really is a guidebook to how to become saved. And once you become saved, you're forever saved. So believe with me. First, you believe you're a sinner. You know that you're a sinner, because that's what the Bible says. Second, you believe the cross is shed. Jesus shed his cross. Jesus has shed his blood on the cross, so that we can become saved, and that his redeeming perfection has saved us. Third, just believe and have him in your heart always. Not just always, but it's a faith in him always. What that means is, once you believe, you are forever redeemed. Because believing in him and calling him your Lord is when you become truly redeemed. Proclaim Jesus' word, and you will be forever saved anyway. And that's, this is rare. People rarely, you will see that there are a lot of lies about how people will, there's a lot of lies on the internet, and you will see that the Bible is the only one that's true. If anyone goes by the Bible, that's the only truth that there is. It's the Bible. The Bible states that it's the only truth. It's not proud, but it's the only truth that there is. And basically, the whole thing does not contradict itself. It really, no, the Bible contradicts itself. It is true all over the place. So remember, the Bible's all about salvation. The Bible's all about the truth and its joy. And I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling the joy, man. It's all about the truth. It's all about the joy. And once you get to heaven, wherever the place you might end up, if you don't believe, once you get to heaven, it will be the best place you can ever imagine. The very best place you can ever imagine. Jesus is so loving to all humanity and so angry at sin that he wants all of us to be in heaven with him without sin. He wants all humanity to be with him. And once you believe in him, you will. Once you proclaim his word and once you believe in him, you will make it to heaven. The demons twist the word. We proclaim his word. And that is salvation in the Bible. All right, I'll be done now, okay? Bye. Any last words? Okay, let's see if I can.